My name is Kevin Crawford, and I lived in Mamzantoti on the south coast. I now live in Spain, northern Spain. Cruise director on board, and I've been with MSC for now, this is the 11th year, so quite a while.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Khulani Kumalo. I am the event coordinator. I've been with MSC for 7 years, and I've been here as well quite a while.
So Kevin, tell us about a day in the life of a cruise director. Like what do you do? What is your morning like?
So the mornings normally are quite early. I'm more of an early person than a later person, so I'd regularly be in the office between 7:15 and 7:30ish, around there, just so that I have a bit of quiet time. I do share my office with a couple other positions, like the program publisher, who runs the entire program that gets delivered to the guests during the day, as well as the cruise program administrator, who is basically my right hand. She helps me with a lot of the administrative work. And then I also have some of the other heads of departments, like the production manager, the crew staff manager. They also share the office with me, so it is quite a busy office. So in order for me to get all of my administration work done, I like to get there as early as possible before they head to the office. Otherwise it gets a little bit crazy and chaotic, and there's laughing and talking. So generally I get to the office nice and early, go through all my emails, just go through my book, see the things that I have planned for the day. Normally when there are groups on board, Khulani is very involved with all of that, and he's always in the office discussing, chatting what we're going to do. And we then have a meeting with the hotel director on navigation days, which is always around 9:30 in the morning, where we will discuss the previous cruise, upcoming cruises, the current cruise. After that, I will do a little bit of a walk around the vessel, just making sure that all of the stage areas, all the entertainment venues, the lounges are all set correctly, stages are clean, the ambience around the ship is set correctly, daytime lights are on, not evening lights are on, that sort of thing. Just making sure that guests are happy, walking around, chatting, good morning, how's things going, and then back to the office, check emails again, and that normally takes until about 12:30 lunchtime. That's the basic morning that I have. Some are crazy, some are very quiet. It all just depends on the cruise.
And Khulani, what do you do in the greater scheme of things in terms of your day when you're planning an event?
Correct. So basically my day also starts quite early, depending of course of the group requirements. I work closely with Kevin, as he mentioned earlier, so from time to time I'll be spending much more time with him, just finalizing or allocating the venues as per group request. Should it be a wedding, should it be a private meeting, this is where he comes in. So in the morning I'll check my emails to see what requests do we have. Usually I'll get my request prior to time, so then we can allocate and confirm with those particular requests. Maybe a group, maybe a wedding, maybe a bigger function. And then I send it off and make sure that the group also understands what we can provide for them ahead of time. So pretty much it's more of emails than anything else. Of course, if there's a group in that particular cruise that I'm on, I need to check the venues as per schedule to ensure that their requirements are met. Setup, preparation of the venue, ensuring the bar is open, microphone, where his team comes.
So the themed cruises must be quite hectic.
It is,
because you've got events going on all around that are around that theme.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming.
Absolutely. So then I need to be very, involved in every activity that is scheduled accordingly, ensuring that each and every event, or particularly on that group, is accommodated accordingly.
So can I just add on to that?
Sure.
You mentioned that it could be like a wedding or any other thing. What other sort of events happen, like group-wise?
So we do have meetings where companies will come and conduct a meeting on board. We do have weddings, as I mentioned. We do have big theme cruises, which are yearly. I mean, since I've been here for 7 years, I've had companies where they come in yearly or seasonal, I would say. Such as Opivota. It is a group that I've worked with before, and many more other groups that come back year to year.
Yeah, there's quite a few. There are also church groups, things like that. There's a lot of smaller groups, big groups, charters that take out the entire ship, some that take out 50% of the ship, and that's where Khulani and I will work very, very close together, because if we have full chartered groups that take the entire ship, it's very easy to go through their recap and what they want, and basically because they've chartered the entire ship, we can give them exactly what they've wanted. Where we spend a lot of our time discussing is when we have groups that take up more or less 50% of the ship, and then we have 50% regular cruises, and then we need to try and find that balance between offering the group as much as possible without affecting the regular cruisers experience, and that can sometimes be a challenge. According to a lot of things, the class of vessel that we have, the season that we're doing, things like that. So Khulani has an extremely difficult job sometimes, because he will be the one dealing directly with the group leaders, with their requests, and sometimes there are last second changes. They will request this venue and then they decide we'd like to change venue. So there's a lot of last second planning, but we've got it down to a T at the moment, and it works pretty well. So.
And what's life like at sea compared to working inland?
Khulani, take this one.
Look, it is completely different, as you would understand. On land, you sort of have your base where you go back home and so on and so forth. On board, we do have our cabins, which are located on deck number 4, comfortably as well, which is one of the questions that we normally get from regular guests. Where are we staying on board?
But no, you're staying on a lifeboat.
And every night do a lifeboat. And so, I mean, it comes with a lot of challenges and differences. So I would say so. The comfortable side of it is where, obviously, what the company is providing. You know, I would say.
It's different. It's extremely different.
Yeah.
I mean, we have comfortable living conditions, which is not a problem. There's no traffic to get to work, so I mean, it's very easy. But because you're living on a ship for months at a time, you do sometimes lose contact with what's happening shoreside. So you kind of in your bubble, you're in your zone on this ship for however many months your contract is.
Sure.
And there's good moments and there's bad moments. You might have personal issues happening at home. But you're on board, and you just have to work through these things. And I suppose that's hospitality in general. The show must go on. So you'll take your time when you need your time. Go to your quiet space in your cabin, recharge yourself, get yourself ready to go into guest areas, and then you're always wearing your name badge, which means you're always an ambassador for MSC, and you have to be passionate about your job in order to honestly put on a good face in the mornings when you wake up for work, no matter what's happening at home, no matter what's happening in your country. And it's a challenge. Not many people can do it, and I think they find out very quickly when you embark whether ship life is for you or if it's not for you. And I think if you're on board for 7 years, 11 years, there's definitely a passion for the work and for the company. So.
But I think cruising in South Africa is very different to cruising in Europe and other places, because there you get off every day. Whereas here, around our shores, there isn't a get off every day. It's more days at sea than there is days where you can disembark.
South Africa is definitely a very challenging season, because although it is it's fast paced. So there's 3-day cruises, 4-day cruises. So it's non-stop. We have parties every single night, which means guys are working every single night at these events. And the best thing about South Africa